hold the traction off. We have it, oh no, we have to put it into sport mode first. First you have to move it into sport mode, then we can go into have it in drive mode, hold it for 4 seconds. Traction stability control is disabled. Then we go full brake and then full gas. Oh my God. For today's video, we have the 2020 Kia Stinger GT Limited, specifically the 20th anniversary Stinger. For 2020, Kia has decided to bring out this model called the 20th anniversary. This vehicle is very similar to the Kia Stinger GT Limited, but with a few differences for 2020. For today's video, I'm going to go through for you, show you exactly what those differences are, and then we're going to take it on the road. This is my first time ever reviewing and even driving the Kia Stinger GT. First off, we will start with the exterior, move on onto the interior, show you exactly what the difference is with the regular GT Limited, and then we're going to take it on the road and see how it handles. Now, let's start with the exterior. First off, this vehicle comes in one specific color, which is the one that we have today, and it is called the Space Gray. For Canada, they're planning to release about 150 of this specific model called the 20th anniversary, with some differences with the regular GT Limited. And the starting price for this specific model is $54,000 Canadian. This vehicle is equipped with the 19-inch specific wheels to only this model, the 20th anniversary. They're 19-inch and they're called the Type A. They also come with a different design. As you can see, the wheel lug nuts are not visible in here. In order for you to have access to the wheel lug nuts, you have to remove this cover located on top. They've also equipped the wheels with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4. Now, as far as braking performance, you still get the same Brembo brakes in the front and the back as you'd find them on the GT Limited. Okay, we're done with the exterior. Those are a few differences. So we basically have the actual colors specific to this vehicle. You have the wheels, which are specific to this vehicle as well. And of course, now it's time to get in onto the interior. So, very similar to the Stinger GT Limited. You still get the same option, the same performance, the same technology as you'd get on the GT Limited. So I'm not going to bother go through some of those because I'm sure you can find them in a different video. But I want to emphasize the difference with this model and the GT Limited. Now this, as I mentioned, is the 20th anniversary. So to begin with, let's concentrate onto the center console. So as you can see, this thing is made of carbon fiber, nicely touched over here. Then you do have red stitches around this area, and of course onto the side of the door. As you can see, you have carbon fiber in here. These seats are unreal. They're very comfortable. The actual leather inside feels very nice, and it doesn't feel like cheap leather. Great quality for a Kia. Next on is the actual mat itself. So now they have included a red stitch with the name Stinger located onto the side of the mat. As you can see, you also get leather interior and of course the door panel onto the side where the speaker is located. You get carbon fiber onto the rear side as well. Overall, the vehicle itself is exactly the same as far as technology and performance to the GT Limited. As I mentioned, they're making only 150 of this specific model called the 20th anniversary, and as you can see, I have the actual this is the actual introduction of the vehicle. It says 20th anniversary Stinger GT Limited. The 20th anniversary Stinger will offer an exclusive premium look with an exterior interior trim combination not previously available and 19-inch wheels specific to this model. So we have the exterior, we have the interior, the red Nappa leather, we have the branding, which was the trim and the back. Then you have the unique floor mats, as you can see, with the red stitches. You have carbon fiber finish interior trim, and then you have 19-inch type A wheels, only specific to this vehicle. Everything else on this vehicle, it's exactly the same as the GT Limited. And for me to go through every single detail, which is probably going to bore you, but I want to say a few things before we take this on a drive. Overall, the interior of this vehicle, I am extremely impressed with, specific the interior here on the front side and the exterior, the overall design. This vehicle, it's a sedan. To me, it looks more like a sportback. It's a resemblance to the Audi RS7, that kind of style at the back, which gives a lot more space for your trunk. And of course, it does give you an aggressive look. And of course, you got a lot of space for the passengers in the rear side. Very excited to show you how this thing will handle on the road. And for today's video, special thanks goes to Kia Mississauga. They're located in Mississauga, Ontario. They're a Kia dealership. We initially did our Kia Telluride video with this dealership, which the link will be in the description box. And if you want to know more about their dealership and you want to take this maybe for a test drive and see how you like it, I'm sure they'll be more than happy to help you with it. The link of their Instagram and the website will be in the description box. And of course, special thanks goes to Conquest Canada. The link for their website will be in the description box. Now we're going to take this on the road and show you how it handles, and we're going to have our good friend Eric, who works at Kia Mississauga, join me for a quick trip because he knows his car as well. He's driven a few times, so he can give his own opinion, but I'm very excited to actually take this on the road. Finally, I've been waiting to drive this vehicle. I haven't had a chance to take it on the road and test it how it drives. Okay, so we're gonna go for a test drive. This is Eric.
Hi guys.
This is the same Eric as we did the Kia Telluride. We did the same review together. Eric works for Mississauga Kia, so he's kind enough to come out with me, and we did some photo shooting and video shooting. So, do you like this car?
I love this car.
Is it because you work for Kia?
No, absolutely not. I think they just came out with an amazing product.
Amazing. I like that. You sound honest. Okay, let's take this for a drive. Although we did the first drive, I'm actually very impressed with this car. Overall, the performance, the actual ride quality, I expect it to be stiffer. It's not. Okay, so we're driving just sort of a busy area right now, just to try this on a civilized mode, as I call it. So we have it in sports. Let's put it into eco. So that's right now pedal to the metal. It's not moving at all because the actual throttle reaction is much slower than what you have it on sport mode. This car on a public road, regular roads, even during traffic, it's so comfortable. We can have a proper conversation without having to raise our volume, our voices as well, and just quiet, very quiet. The seats are so comfortable. Like, I feel like properly hugged in without being sort of like very tight. Unlike other seats that I've tried, you feel a lot of performance vehicles tend to have those very tight seats to keep you hugged in. These are just perfect for my size as well. There's a lot of leg room into this car. Like this, so much leg room for the driver's side. I can stretch my leg and without having to struggle to reach for the brakes as well. The steering wheel, love the flat bottom onto this car. I love because it gives it a performance look, and especially for people that are a bit tall, it does help. Sound quality is amazing. So this car has subwoofer. Oh, that's nice. Great sound.
You're not even halfway.
So this has subwoofer located underneath the
Both seats,
both
driver
sides,
seat and
driver and passenger. That's pretty good. Okay, we're gonna keep it down, otherwise YouTube will block my video because there's a copyright on it.
Okay.
So right now we're driving in. Oh, it does give you real time. So as you can see, it shows what you're doing on average. So there's like a bar that goes left to right, and it gives you an idea of what you're actually burning, what the fuel efficiency. Right now, we're doing just under 10 liters per 100 kilometers, and it actually updates as you're driving the car. In case if you're driving this day to day, I mean, if you're buying a vehicle like this, fuel efficiency is probably the last thing that you think of, but it's nice to know that it's not a guzzler, because if you're spending that much money and you want to drive it day to day, you want to make sure it doesn't, you know, kill your wallet completely.
Yeah, I think it's like a car, the best of both worlds. You can still have, like, because there's 3 seats in the back, it's still spacious in the back, so you can still have that family feel, and then when you're alone, you could have that sport feel.
Yes, agreed. I like how comfortable and how it's not that stiff even in sport mode when we're driving. The actual suspension, right, it's perfect. We do have Brembo brakes on the front. We have 6 pistons, 4 at the back. So this car has a launch control. So in order to do that, we're gonna go to, there's a, no, we're okay.
Yep,
we're in full stop. So hold the traction off. We have it, oh no, we have to put it into sport mode first. First you have to move it into sport mode, then we can go into have it in drive mode, hold it for 4 seconds. Traction stability control is disabled. Then we go full brake and then full gas. Oh my God. Oh my God, it just put me back on my seat right away. Wow.
G-force.
And it actually tells you when it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It just shows the traction control on, you're set. Wow, that was quick. Just literally like that.
Yeah, there's been times all the way down to 4.2 seconds. It's 0 to 100 in 4.2.
4.2.
Like Kia Canada will say 4.5 to 4.7, but I've heard times all the way down to 4.2.
Of course, sometimes they do what do you call it, underrate the actual performance of the vehicle. Same thing does BMW for their brake horsepower. That was quick. That really, like, it just put you back on your seat right away. Okay. This is second gear, hammer down, third gear.
So that's a transport car.
Very smooth transmission. Barely any gap between shifting, so that does help a lot. Here what we have in sport mode, we have 4 seconds for this. Okay, everything is off, so press the brakes, pedal to the metal. Oh my God. Woo! Damn, that was good. Yeah, like it shows, it goes to like 3,000 RPM and then just bang, it's ready to go.
Yeah.
It's exactly at 3,000 RPM. Wow. Damn, that's good. I like this. I absolutely like this. It's pretty, it picks up pretty quick. Like the actual traction is just perfect.
Right here if you want.
I love this thing.
Yeah, see how you give these corners, how nice it goes.
Even with traction off, it's still not sliding.
Yep. Yeah, they took this car and made it over 5,000 kilometers on an ice road in Upper Sweden, like an ice lake.
Yeah.
And you should see like with the traction control on and off and how they were able to do it. It's really nice.
I like this. I like it. This is not, just want to say this and to clarify, it's not the highest performance vehicle you could buy, of course, but it is great if you're looking for that day-to-day car with fuel efficiency and yet some performance. If you want to take it on the track on the weekend, you can have fun with this. You have amazing setup. You got Brembo brakes, beautiful 19-inch wheels they have with the Michelin Pilot Sport 4, which are amazing for the track. I have a Michelin Pilot Cup 2 on my RS and they do fantastic work. And then you have amazing performance when it comes to the actual transmission. I find it to be not one of the fastest out there, but it does very well. There's barely any gap. There's a bit of a gap in some levels. So if you're going to like over to the third gear, there's a bit of a gap, but overall it's pretty quick. It picks up pretty quick. You have an 8-speed transmission, automatic transmission. You do have the paddle shifters located onto the steering wheel, which again, I'm the biggest fan of it because I find it very easy. If you're going to corners, you have access instead of looking at for it. This is the perfect setup. I very much like this car. I find it just perfect for every level. You got a lot of space in the back. The trunk on this is massive because it has that sport back style. It's not necessarily a full sedan. Very similar to the Audi RS7, I believe. Very similar setup. It sounds pretty good inside, and the reason is because it does have that sound enhancer box located, I believe it's probably at the back, which makes the engine sound better. There's nothing to lie about this because everybody knows. You can actually find this online on Kia. I'm sure they say the same thing. Yeah, comes out of the speaker. So that gives it a bit more of gives you a performance sound from inside. The actual exhaust, I don't find it very loud. It's not one of, like, it should have been a bit more louder than that because at the end this is a V6. You got a lot of aftermarket parts that you can install into this car and just pick whatever you want. Like I've heard, actually, we're talking previously about a Borla exhaust. Sounds incredible, and that's real sound straight from the engine. Or you can just go nuts and do a straight pipe, right? But I just, stock vehicle, I would have wished a bit of more performance sound coming out of the back of the car. But again, you're looking for day-to-day drive, and too loud is not good for some people. If you just want a comfortable ride quality and a bit of fun sometime, you have it. This is a perfect. I'm very impressed with Kia overall. We drove the Telluride, amazing quality vehicle, amazing performance too, lots of space, amazing technology, similar to this. So the GT, the Stinger GT Limited, this model is the GT Limited. The only difference is that this is the 20th anniversary and does have those specifications that I mentioned previously in the previous video. All the difference with the actual regular GT Limited. Love the color on this. The Ghost Gray just goes perfect. I thought Audi was the only car that can pull off a gray on a color, yet this is actually showing to be great, specifically because you have those black performance part and the back. So you have your diffuser black, the front lip as well, and then you have those little vents on the side and on the front bumper that are black as well. They're not carbon fiber, they're just painted black, and it does give a very good complement with the actual color of the vehicle. Overall, I very much enjoy this vehicle. It does have what you need on a day-to-day and performance, but just impressed. I'm overall impressed. It looks pretty good. I have to give it to Kia. Unlike other manufacturers, Kia is sort of shaping to be, it's coming out to be the small brother, and now it's gone to the gym and it's becoming like the big brother with muscles pretty much. And they're not joking. Now they're bringing out some serious cars.
Yeah, there's no sign of them slowing down.
And they're not going to slow down. The Telluride, completely impressed and shocked everyone. The Stinger, when it first came out, was so hyped, and the hype was real too. I mean, I watched constantly YouTube videos. I didn't get a chance to actually drive it when it first came out. Now that I do, I'm extremely impressed. Anyhow, that was it for today. Thanks for watching. Special thanks goes to Mississauga Kia and Eric. Again, thanks a lot, man, for coming out and helping out with this. Like, we took some amazing shots, and if you want to know more about those shots, you can follow me on Instagram or Mississauga Kia. And Eric has his own Facebook page. If you have any questions, I'll put the link in the description box so you can reach out to him directly. But for today, that was it. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit like and subscribe.
Thank you.